So I commend you for that, my brother. I commend you
Absolutely.
for it.
Yeah, this is good stuff. Yeah.
It's good work from both of you. Amazing stuff and important to be discussed. So I'm glad you both dove in there a little bit and talked about it. So thank you for doing that.
That's right.
Very, very cool. All right. Before we truly have to go, Priest knows this. Jason, you'll know this now. It's never ordinary with Bet365. And I've got to find out who Jason Dunn thinks is going to be this year's MVP in the National Football League. Jason, where's your head at when it comes to MVP 2025, obviously going into 26 after the Super Bowl?
Wow, man, that's a very good question. MVP. You know what? It's early, and as
well, it's early for you. You're not going to show up till January.
Yeah, I know it. But I'm sitting there thinking for the schedules, right?
Yeah. I got you. I got
names, right? I had to use on the names. Patrick Mahomes, probably Josh Allen. I'm trying to think of somebody else who's just playing lights out football. Man, I'm trying to think who else has been really just kind of tearing it up.
What are we going to do to get a tight end to win an MVP? What needs to happen? Man. 50 touchdowns? Would that be enough?
50 had to be 50. Yeah, at least 1,500 yards.
Yeah, between the fullback position and the tight end position,
Yeah. Well, maybe it's a group award. Maybe you just get the best tight end fullback combo and just give it to the two of them or whatever.
There you go. Well, listen, we know MVP, okay, and it's kind of somewhat unfair, but more than likely it's going to go to a quarterback,
right?
Okay, that's what they do. That's the NFL. That's how they make this thing happen.
Who's closest on defense, JD? Do you think that could potentially be in the running for MVP?
Defensively, I'm trying to think who's just blowing it out of the water right now. I can't think of anybody right now, Priest.
No.
Do you have anybody?
Defense? I mean,
defense.
I'm looking at Priest's face, and I see Micah Parsons.
That's what I'm saying. The way Mike, I don't know if you saw a couple of games ago how Micah Parsons came off that end and just walked down the quarterback. Yeah. He's playing mean. He's playing aggressive, so.
Yeah, and if he can get Green Bay over the top, we'll see by the end of the year. So.
Well, he definitely gives them a shot, man. And to be honest with you, I think Dallas actually made the right decision, but Micah Parsons is going to make them pay for it. And so what you've seen is he has absolutely poured out terror on every single team he's gone against since he's been up there in Green Bay. The question is he going to slow down at any point? And I've seen in the game when he went out to Dak, that was just that one he needed to get. He didn't really have a chance to touch him all game, and then he finally gets one. And I can't believe they gave him a sack on that too. Get him from behind. And I think Dak was a little upset, man, because he's like, hey, ain't no sack. I was running.
Well, he wouldn't have gotten close to Dak if it was you out there with your meat hooks, Jason.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And then you'd be telling me about the Micah Parsons pancake.
That's right. That's right. Hey, look, listen, I tell people all the time, and I think Priest at times, okay, I don't know if you get this or not, right? I'm sure you get it. But back in the day, I'm just like, hey, man, look, when I went against the best, I'm talking about the best that was ever play this game. So when I start running down what I had, my rookie year, all my, 11 years of playing, I ran to a gamut of guys that was gold jacket guys, the gamut of them. So I'm going to say, I'm going to get a guy. In my heyday, shoot, I'm not going to let nobody touch Priest or Trent.
That's right.
Love it.
Yeah,
love it. And that's why you gave him that jersey. Yeah. You're like, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That's right.
He needs that reminder. All right, Priest Holmes. It's never ordinary with Bet365. It's prediction time. We do this every week. And this week, more so than almost any other week, this is the week for the Kansas City Chiefs. In my opinion, this is make it or break it time. This is the second week in a row they have to face a team that sits at 8-2, top of their division. This time it's the Indianapolis Colts. Who saw this team coming this year. Did you have any idea the Colts were going to be this good, man?
Well, I knew something was going to be special about this team because if you take in consideration of their running back, Jonathan, and what he's doing, incredible job. Jonathan Taylor, sitting at the top of the charts as a leading rusher, has 15 touchdowns. Averaging over 6 yards a game. What do you do in this aspect? You just give Jonathan Taylor the ball. That's all you do.
That's it. And maybe Pierce, the wide receiver. I know I keep mentioning this on our podcast, but I do have him in fantasy and I need him to have just give me one long bomb for like 80 yards. I'll be good. But to your point, Jonathan Taylor, wow, what a season. He's just about at 1,200 yards already, which is hard to believe, in what will only be 10 games at this point for the Colts, and this will be their 11th game. So to have that many yards, that many touchdowns, I mean, he's definitely the number one running back in the league right now, no doubt about it. Here's the other thing that's pretty wild is the Colts went out and made a huge move recently to pump up their defense. They went and got Sauce Gardner from the New York Jets, who seem to just be disassembling every week as the weeks go by, although they did beat the Browns. But they unloaded all their players, right, including Sauce Gardner, to the Colts. So that lets everybody know that, okay, if there is a weakness, is it the defense? Is it the Indianapolis Colt defense? And if an offense can't exploit it, you'd think it'd be the Kansas City Chiefs. But these Chiefs, they're sitting at 5-5, and you don't know what you're going to get every week. 2 losses in a row with a bye week spliced in between. What do you think's going to happen here this weekend? I mean, this is it. This is the Chiefs season, in my opinion.
So if I'm advising the Colts, right, there's about 3 factors that I'm telling the Colts. And that's number 1, your defensive pressure. Continue that. You got to get after Mahomes. If you can force Mahomes to get rid of the ball early, then this is the biggest piece that they will take advantage of. You keep the Chiefs from having 10 to 12 play drives. And if you can keep them from having that at home in Arrowhead, you then also eliminate the fan and the noise that comes with Arrowhead. So, yeah, I think the defense has those 3 areas of perfection. If they can do that, they definitely will have a great time against the Kansas City Chiefs. And then, of course, the Chiefs, Mahomes, what is it going to take? Like I said, he's used to walking on thick ice, but right now it's very, very thin for Mahomes and the Chiefs right now. But I'll take this here. This is how they beat the Colts. The crossing routes, which Mahomes is very well known of doing and passing the ball around and getting all of his receivers involved, including both tight ends and all of his receivers. And with Thornton now showing up as the deep threat, you would think Xavier Worthy is that guy, but Thornton has kind of came out of the shadows and become that guy with the deep ball catches. So I think Mahomes is going to share the ball around quite a bit, and the crossing routes is what is going to keep them getting success if they can win this game.
Okay, got to score first. And, the Chiefs should feel a little lucky here because they are at home at Arrowhead, where they are 4-1 on the season. So they're very successful at home.
Yes.
And the Colts, they've only suffered 2 losses so far, and both those were on the road. So that plays into the hands of the Chiefs very nicely. But again, that pressure, if you're the Chiefs and you win the coin toss, do you want to kick off or do you want to receive in a game like this? Do you want to go out and set the tone and keep that crowd lively and put faith in Mahomes that they can get points on the board first drive? Or do you put the ball, hypothetically in the hands of the defense and get a stop first? What would you prefer?
Yeah, well, the Chiefs win the coin toss. Definitely. I think they can set the momentum, not just necessarily with Mahomes and the offense coming out first. I think they would have to set the momentum with the defense. And the defense would need to come out with a 3 and out, or within the first 6 or 7 plays, they would need to create, a turnover on the balls and stuff like that and send it back to the Chiefs. But the Chiefs would definitely want the ball coming out of the half, having that advantage of knowing that at the end of the day, regardless of what happens the first 2 quarters, we know we reset, we get the ball first, and if there's any adjustments that need to be made, they make them at halftime and come out with the ball in their favor.
I'll ask you this before we get into predictions. Who are the Kansas City Chiefs right now? I mean, obviously, we look at their record. They're 5-5. We saw a team struggle at the start of the season, and then all of a sudden they rattle off 3 wins, and you're like, the Chiefs are back. and now they're going back down. I mean, a lot of peaks and valleys this season. We haven't seen this out of the Chiefs in years. You know what I mean? It feels like almost a decade.
No, I agree with you, Mark. And, you asked who are the Chiefs? I just compared to that nice, shiny uniform or nice suit. You generally have that sitting inside the store, and they're the center of attention. Right now, they're window shopping. They're on the outside looking in, trying to see what's going on and what the party's looking like inside those doors right now, because there's a lot of teams that are having a lot of success, and the Colts is one of them, sitting 8-2, coming off of a bye week. It's no different than when the Chiefs came off of a bye week, but unfortunately, they took an L. I don't think the Colts are going to come off their bye week and take an L. I do not.
Okay. All right. So that's our first prediction. Are you telling me you've got the Colts in this game? You think the Chiefs drop below 500 yet again on the season?
They drop below 500, and here's the reason why.
Breaking news from Bet365. New customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. Sign up, place a bet for $5 and get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. Bonus bets can be used on the spread, player props, futures, and so much more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Hey, do you have a gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER in Arizona, Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, North Carolina, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and Virginia. Or 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. 21 plus only, 18 plus in Kentucky. Please gamble responsibly. Must be present in Arizona, Colorado, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, and select parishes in Louisiana, Maryland, North Carolina, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and Virginia. $10 minimum deposit required. Terms and conditions apply. In-app only.
This has been a Playmaker production.